Okay, so hi, so welcome back to my channel after a long time of not being on here. It's been over a year, I want to say. I honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I haven't logged into this channel. I haven't even seen the videos I previously uploaded. All I know is that I am a totally different person that I was who recorded himself back in that time. Um, not a totally different person. Let me rephrase that. I feel like I have had wings during that time, and my wings are just expanding more. I'm just, my wings are becoming more beautiful. Um, I think if I'm recalling correctly, or probably my probably I'm wrong, but I think I'm correct. Probably the last video I uploaded was before me graduating um my undergrad, right? Or something like that. I think I was 29 years old, becoming 30. Well, now that I'm gonna upload this video, let me tell you that I am not 29 anymore. I am not 30. I'm actually 31. So, yes, it's been a while since I last uploaded. Um, a lot has happened between those years, or 1 year in my life. Um, a lot of beautiful things have happened, a lot of sad things, a lot of traumatic things, but that's the beauty of life. Um, yeah, so let me briefly talk about it today. Um, to start off, I have a beautiful rose with me. This beautiful rose is a reminder, indicator of life, right? Unfortunately, I don't want to say it ended its life, but kind of where the mic, you know. But I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna put it in water so it can decorate my room and it could give me happiness and still live a happy life. And I'll love it towards its end. Um, because that's life, you know. Um, yeah. So from the last video I made, let's start off why I kind of stopped making videos on YouTube, or why I stopped journaling my personal journal. That's what I called it. I had my personal gay journal, and I was like so excited about it. And I wanted to keep doing it, you know. And I was like, yeah, let's just keep doing it, you know. Reason why I stopped is because there was a moment where I kind of felt like I was oversharing a lot. You know, I felt like I was putting too much of myself out there. You know, and for me, it was like I felt like whatever I was putting out there, it was positivity. You know, and it could have like related to people or could help others. You know, because at the end of the day, like me as a persona, like Dudley, that's what I want to do. And I always been wanting to do. I always wanted to encourage people and help people, just because, or the real reason why is because I feel like my life hasn't been the easiest since, honestly, since I was a little kid. I felt like I always, I've been blessed. Don't get me wrong, I've been blessed. I had a beautiful, and still have a beautiful mother, um, a beautiful father too. And there's been moments where we haven't had the best relationship, but um, now I could say he's amazing. Um, so if we're talking about family, I've been blessed, but even though I've been blessed family wise. I still had my personal struggles, especially with my sexuality. I've been open about that. So I feel like me spreading positivity or sharing my personal experience, probably it could help someone out there in a way that I don't know, probably how I navigated it through life, it could probably guide someone and it can make their path a little bit easier. So that's why I felt like if I could share my experience openly out in the internet and if someone could see it, it will help them. But once I started doing this, um, and I was really happy doing it, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I was being too much of an open book and I felt really vulnerable. Um, to the point where life got really life hit me in a curveball that I did not know was gonna hit me. And I was like, I don't think I could talk about this in public. Um, I got sick, um, where it was life threatening, where I did not know if I was going to live or I was not going to. And I needed time away from everything. I did not know if I was going to talk about this or not at that time in my life when I started uploading videos. So and I was like, I can't. I honestly don't want to talk about it because I'm being a really open book, and if I don't know how to navigate this yet. I don't know how to explain it. So I decided myself to remove myself from uploading things, and also as I'm saying, I come open book. I went down a hill of depression. I went down a hill of it was bad. It affected me mentally. It affected me physically. I lost lots of weight. If y'all thought I was skinny back then, I got more skinny, unfortunately. And yeah, and my mood got down. I know I'm known for being super socializing and uplifting others. But it was really hard to even uplift myself to even get out of bed or have a smile on my face. It was really bad. So I don't think I could have looked at a camera and just just talk. So now that it's been a while, it's been a year and something. I feel like I'm able to talk and finally feel myself again. Um, I know that life life is life. Like life, there's good moments in life and there's bad moments in life. And it's okay to feel sad and it's okay to feel depressed. Um, I'm not saying that I'm not depressed anymore. Oh, I'm not sad anymore. That I'm all of a sudden a rainbow, a sunshine. And I'm happy all the time. No, um, I'm still gonna have my sad moments. I'm still gonna, life is just like it's up and down, and it's okay. And I love that about life because if we don't get to feel our feelings, are we actually living or not? So it's good to feel everything. It's good to feel sad. It's good to feel happy. It's good to feel depressed. But just remember that whenever you're feeling the way you're feeling, don't you are gonna feel alone. So I'm not gonna say don't feel alone because obviously you're gonna feel alone. But know that there's people that love you and reach out to those people that love you because I know they love you. They really do, even though you feel like they don't love you. Trust me, those people do love you. Um, and yeah, and yeah. So anyhow, that's the reason why one of the reasons why I stopped uploading on here. Um, but a lot has happened. A lot has happened in my life, like a lot. And it's been there's been good stuff too. Let's talk about the good stuff. Let's all not just talk about negative stuff. Good stuff. Okay. I don't know if I talked about in one of my videos about me never going to a Pride event. This year, finally 2026, I actually went to a Pride event, um, a local Pride event where I live at, and it's a positive thing. Um, but it's also, I learned from it. Okay, I learned from it. I learned about this, and if you relate to it, cool. And if you don't relate to it, also cool. It's totally fine. You don't have to relate with my personal experience. Okay, I just want to let you know, like, if you are part of the community, and if you feel the way I felt, it's totally fine. But if you don't feel the way I felt, it's totally fine too, and I'm happy for you, and I love you. I really do. So my personal experience for my first Pride. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it. Okay, so last year or years ago, I always wanted to go to a Pride Fest. Like it was one of my biggest dreams to go. Like seeing the rainbow flags representing, like my community, especially for all these years I've been, not me, well, my older folks, and like generations of fighting for our rights, for all the reputation, like fighting for us to be like have our rights to be seen, especially like in the streets, to be accepted and everything. Like for me, it meant so much by heart to like one day to finally go and feel like I am part of this. I am out and loud and just be part of the community and just go out there and just make friends. Let's see the parade and everything. It was like one of my honestly one of my biggest dreams. So I went, you know. I was gonna meet up with one friend that I met. Um, Unfortunately, things did not plan out as they were supposed to. Because there was a misunderstanding. Honestly, I wish there wasn't a misunderstanding because it um it really made me feel sad. Um, because the reason why it made me feel sad is because I really appreciate this person as a friend. Um, and I was just myself with this person, and I really love this person and I still love this person as a friend. I really do. Um, but I feel like I'm me being gay as fuck. I tell my friends like beautiful, gorgeous, or like I start flirting with my friends. Like I do flirt with my friends a lot, and obviously like I'm a man, and sometimes when I flirt with like a woman and a woman is lesbian, it's like it could come off um weird, I guess, or strange, especially if we don't know each other that well. Because with this friend I'm talking about, I met them just once, but I'm just like a lovable person. Like if I meet you once and we like vibe, I automatically like I'm like okay, you're literally my friend. Like I really love you already, and I'm like you're so cool. And I started like texting this one person, and I was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Like I love you." And I was like, also like flirtation wise, like, "Oh, you sexy, like, oh, gorgeous," or like if I would spot you somewhere, like I would have like been like, "Hey, sexy," and that person unfortunately thought that I was flirting with them, like actually hitting on them. Um, that was never the occasion, and we were supposed to go to the Pride event together. Did not happen. And I don't know if when we were I went to the Pride event, she went to the Pride event too, but we never saw each other. And I don't know if the reason was because she was afraid to like see me, because she thought I was gonna hit on her, or I really don't know. And I probably will never know. And it's okay. It's totally okay. I just really hope that she is happy and that she lives um, a beautiful life. And if she wants to be my friend, so like I'm always gonna be open for it. I just wish that was not the case of us our friendship ending. When I thought we were really gonna have a beautiful friendship. In my end, I felt like I felt shitty if I'm being honest. I feel like like I feel like I was back in school, I guess, like in and then like a little kid when you're trying to make friends and then it's like you get rejected, I guess, or you feel like you're not cool enough, or I don't know. And then I don't know. It was a weird feeling, and it just made me feel like I don't want to i- insist, or I don't want to like. I just wanted to not text them anymore. Like I honestly like every time something like this happens to me, and it's been like this all my whole entire life. When something happens like that, I try to respect that person the most I can by distancing myself in a way to not make them feel uncomfortable. And when I say distancing myself, I just let them go. You know, like I don't try to attach. I just let go. Because I feel like it's really weird if I continue like trying to text them or trying to. I don't know, because I feel like they let me know what was the problem, and I just feel like I was weird, I guess. I'm probably, probably I am wrong. Probably I should, now that we cleared the air, I probably should have, which I don't know. Actually, I do know. I do know. I do know. I personally prefer just to let it go. And like I said, if the friendship is still open, but that was the case. God, I don't know why I went down this rabbit hole. But where I was going is that Pride Fest, right? That was so I was supposed to meet with her, right? And it didn't happen. I ended up not meeting her, so I ended up going alone by myself. After going alone by myself, I was walking around, and probably because of that situation, I was probably, I don't know, I probably felt disconnected, I guess, where I felt like, I felt weird. I was like, what about if I see her and it's gonna, it's gonna be weird, right? Um, but in my head, I was like, obviously, I'm gonna see her because we're in the same event, right? And we're gonna echo because we're friends and I still love her. But when I was walking around, I was like, looking everyone was having so much fun. Like I saw like a lot of people my age and younger. They were dancing, vibing, drinking, and having the time of their life, singing to live music, and just having a blast. And I was like, once I walked in, I feel like I was looking around and I was like, holy snaps, I feel like I don't belong here. I feel like this is not for me. I walked to one of the tables and I was like, okay, let's look around. And I was like, I really want to go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So I saw a water station. I was like, okay, let's go to the water station. And I took like one of my beautiful like bags that I have a tote bag. I pull out my tote bag and I have my water there and I start drinking water. I was looking around and I was like, why do I feel so odd? I I want to leave. Like I want to leave. Um, Also like after like getting sick, one of the things that I can't do um anymore is alcohol. So I don't drink alcohol. So I don't miss it, but it's like sometimes when you drink alcohol, you can have a little fun, I guess. But also, it's like 97 degrees. So it's like 100 degrees. So I think it was like 97. It was like 90s. So it's like drinking probably would not be a good idea under that heat too. So, but people were like drunk and having fun, and I was like, this is like, I feel like I'm old for this now. So I just started walking around. I went to one of the live concerts they had there, and we were singing and everything. And I was like, I don't, I don't know. I'm not enjoying this. And people there, I was was like looking at people and I was like, I'm pretty sure like someone else, like if it was not me, it was someone else, like they will approach them and they were like, "What's up, man? What's up, buddy? Oh, what's up, y'all? Like, hey, like, oh, what's your name?" Like they'll approach them and like, "Be cool, because we're going." No one approached me, you know. I didn't approach no one either, so let's be fair too. Because honestly, I didn't want to approach someone. I was feeling like shitty already too. So, but yeah, I was like, I was standing there at the concert, the music was playing, and I was like, I honestly, I don't, I don't enjoy that music. So I was like, let's keep walking. So I kept walking, and saw another table. I sat at a table, and then this one chick, um, was looking at me, and she was like, honestly, she was staring at me like up and down. And then I smiled at her, and then I said hi, and she's like, "Hi, beep," and I was like, "Oh, hi, hey," and she was like talking to me, and blah, 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 and I was like, "Huh," and I was talking to her, and then she was looking at me like judgy eyes, like not in a nice way, like it was like kind of like a rude way, and I was like, "Cool," and then she was asking me for like my number, for contact or something like that, and um. I was like, I don't want to give you my number because I don't know you. And she's like, oh, that's how I keep in contact my with friends and blah blah. But saying like, oh, my phone's dying. But same, I was like, you're like honestly like judging me. Like the way that you're talking to me is like not the vibe too. It's like you're kind of like rude. So I didn't give her my number. Obviously, I just thought, hey, I'm gonna go look meet up with friends. So I just started by and I walked away. And then I kept walking on the scene and I got stopped by someone else. I'm like, hey, do you want to donate for a charity of kids for need and blah blah blah. And then I was like, honestly, can I just have your card information? So and then I could look over it and then I'll donate because I'm here for the festival and I want to go enjoy. And they're like, "Oh, sure." So they like take a picture of this. So I took a picture of that. And I just kept walking and I finally made it to one of the another um stage where they were having um, drag queens, and that was fun. And I was there for a moment, and then one of my cool friends, shout out to Coral, uh, and eventually I saw her there, and she went up stage. That was amazing. And when I saw her, she waved at me, and then I got to like see her perform on stage too for a second. And that really warmed my heart because I was like, oh, finally a familiar face that I could see, and someone that I really, really like, and makes me really happy every time I see. So I was able to say hi, give her a hug, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep enjoying the fest. Because obviously I was not gonna, I didn't want to like. In my head, I was like, she's probably having a great time of her life, like with her friends and everything. And I was like, I don't want to like tag along or bother her, or ruin the mood or anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna go do my thing. But then after that, I was like, okay, I am ready to go home. I don't want to be here. I was like, where? I don't like. Unfortunately, I don't like this. I don't, and I honestly don't want to be here. So I told myself I am leaving. So I walked away from the event. And I told myself when I was walking away, I am not going the next day, and I'm not going any other year. um, so while I was walking away, honestly, I was heartbroken. Not because of my friend. Let's make that clear. Because, like I said, with her, like my heart is open for a friendship. Um, I still think she's amazing. I know it's just a misunderstanding, and feelings do get hurt. Like obviously my feelings were hurt, and probably her feelings were hurt too. I appreciate her communication, and communicating that she felt confused of the way I was like interacting with her. So thank you for that. So I don't feel heartbreak for her. I felt heartbreak because of the event. Um, and yeah, I was walking away, and to be honest, yes, even though I'm in my 30s, I still get to cry, okay? So don't come for me for that. So, I had tears in my eyes when I was walking. And guess what? When I get to the garage, guess what happened? Where I parked my car in downtown, the garage was locked. The gates were down and the doors were locked. I was like, holy snaps. This is the last thing I needed. That now I can't get my car out of here. Like, what am I gonna do? I have to use an Uber back home and leave my car here and then get overcharged because of overnight? Like, what else did I need it for Pride weekend? I was like, okay, now I know that I really dislike Pride and I'm never going to Pride again. I can't. So I was like, Dilly, calm down. It's not your day and it's okay. So I was like, let me just calm down. So I calmed down and I was like, just breathing. And then I was walking just down the street, right in the corner, there was a sign that said after hours for parking on garage. And I was like, oh. And then I read and it had a phone number. It said call here. And I was like, oh, I could call here and they'll open the garage for me if I call. I was like, yes. So I called and they were like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your car plates?" And blah blah blah. And then I did that, and they opened the garage for me, and I got my car out. And I was like, "Okay, delete. I don't want to go home. What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do for Pride weekend?" And it's like, "What I want to do is I want something like this. Do you guys see the background? It's all green. Do you guys? This is like me. This is me. Green or brown nature, just nature. Like if you know me, you know I love nature. So I was like, well, what do I want to do for Pride? Or where do I want to be after this exhausting day that I just liked so much? I was like, I want to be under a tree, laying down in the grass. And I was like, drive yourself to a trail or somewhere where you can just lay down under a tree and look at the leaves and the sky, the beautiful sky. And that's what I ended up doing. I drove myself to a beautiful trail where there was a beautiful tree that I know and grass. And then, yeah, that was my Pride weekend. And I loved that I was able to remove myself from something that I was not enjoying and ended up doing something that I really liked that fulfilled my soul. So, with saying all this, if you don't relate to this and you love Pride, good for you, and I'm so happy for you. And honestly, I applaud to you, and I'm so happy for you because I feel like that is something that should always continue years and years. And we need folks and gals like you out there to like, and they and everyone from the community out there to continue it because we need that representation and we need people like y'all out there. But for me personally, I feel like I'm more of a person that likes quiet and likes to be out in silence in nature and probably with few friends. I just feel like for me, I I'm getting older, I guess, or even when I was younger, I know like I'm a bubbly person and I'm like super loud sometimes and I laugh and stuff. And I talk, but I also, since a really young age, I always been the type of guy that's been super quiet, intimidated, um, like like shy. That's what I meant. Um, and always found peace in silence. So I noticed that I am not one of partying and doing all that crazy stuff. I do enjoy it, don't get me wrong, like if I go dancing in the club and something, but just for a little while. I can't do it for too long. And I feel like it was a learning experience for me this year that I did dream of doing something for the longest and it was just quite not for me. Would have been different if it would have been with my friend, if it would have went through without the confusion and all of that. Maybe yes, or maybe not. Maybe she would have a blast and I would have still hated it. And probably I would have just pretended that I liked it just to not make her feel bad. Um, things happen for a reason. I feel like everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we don't agree with why it happens that way at the moment, but when you sit back and you zoom out, you get to reflect and like, oh, that makes sense, and now I understand. And yes, it's okay if it hurts, and it's okay if you cry about it, and it's okay if it's a shitty day. Everyone has a shitty day, you know? But it's always important to reflect back on it and be like, that makes that makes understand now. That makes so much sense now. You know? So before I end this video, to my friend, if by any chance this video falls on your algorithm, sorry for talking about it in public. I did not say your name, but I know that you will know exactly it's about that I'm talking about you. I'm just talking about it because I think it's important for me to share this experience. In my gay journal, I guess I'll say, um, because I feel like someone could relate to it. Someone could definitely relate to it in the same form or a different form, you know? And also, I want you to know that I still carry so much love for you, and I still think you are a beautiful human being. And I love how lesbian you are. And I hope you know that I am